Hello, welcome back. This is A from High Fives High Vibes Tarot. This is your daily three cards spread past, present, and future. The fourth card would be the advice from the universe. I will do my spills while I shuffle because I usually take jump cards. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps tomorrow's message is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. If it doesn't resonate still, that's okay. Check out more readings, or you could also check out the link at the end of the video. I would place there a link there, the December 2020 zodiac sign love readings English edition. This is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tilly Wilden, and I super love this card because of its visuals, published in 2020. And if you want to get this deck, you could do so by clicking on the link in the description box below. From there you could see the continuation of this reading, which has two oracle guidance cards. One is for affirmation and the other is, I think it's monology, and to help you in your journey. So in the past, you have Four of Wands, instability, perhaps in home life, perhaps in marriage. And it's getting you angry. You are not gender specific, but this is the Queen of Swords as your present energy. You could be tired right off the bat. When I always see the Queen of Swords in reverse, I always feel like saying that you might be tired and you need to rest. You may be exhausted because you are being bitchy right now and you want it your way. You want to say things out of course, you are not aware of it, but you may be saying things out of pride, out of ego, out of possessiveness, out of pride, out of anger, passion. And Swords energy may be coming from an intellectual space, and you could be that person who is coming from their head space, and you might be too intelligent. I don't subscribe to that phrase, too intelligent, but sometimes what do I mean when I say that? Sometimes we think about situations from our analytical and logical space, but most of the time when we do so, we forget to come from the heart. And when I say we come from the heart, we tend to understand, we tend to forgive, we pause, we become calm and collected and approach situations in a more loving way, in a more understanding and forgiving way. And I hope I make sense in saying that, because this is the ice cold bitch. The Queen of Swords reverse is the ice cold bitch. This is the Swords energy, and remember that any kind of sword is a double-edged one, so you might be hurting yourself in the process. You may have you threw it out there, or you're throwing out there. This is the present energy. You're throwing out there words that are true, or that could be your authentic truth, but we are not aware that we are hurting people in the process. We could be so intelligent and we know this is the right way to do things, but not all people are sorry for blabbering and sorry for my words. Sorry if I stutter. English is not my first language, so I hope Your Highness, you could forgive me. Sometimes when we are coming from our head space, we tend to forget the fact that all people are not like us. All people are not as intelligent as you, and you could be facing, or you could be dealing with the person you're married to. your love, or your husband, your wife, who may be doing things very differently, or their approach towards a situation may not be the same as yours. You could be doing it right, and of course they are doing it wrong. You are always right. You could be the wife. Yeah, they're doing it wrong, but if you would just allow that heart space to reign, you would understand that love wins, love conquers all. Three of Cups. In the future, perhaps through this tarot reading, you will realize that you need their help too, and you are not. Of course, you could be independent and you can function in your life, but I'm hearing highly functional, uh, high functioning depressive person or high functioning anxious person. You could have that anxiety, and this could be anxiety and exhaustion speaking. So I invite you to come into your heart space, or just take that breath of life, breathe in, breathe out, so that you would tame those anger and that beast within you, so you may not hurt people in the process, because eventually if you do so, you may be hurting yourself in the long run. So you run the risk in the future. No, not run the risk, but you are, perhaps through this reading, or perhaps through the help of friends, you will realize that this swords energy may not be for the highest good of all. So as a result, which is so nice to see, there is a celebration, there is a feast, or the joyful, this could be the Christmas spirit, but through that Christmas spirit, perhaps you would channel more of your leader, being that queen to yourself and to others. So that means you would work as a team player. You would acknowledge others' weaknesses, and you would refocus towards their strengths, and use those strengths plus your strength combined, so that you could work on a mutual goal in a more loving way, or in a way that, in an approach that is a win-win one. Perhaps you are working on that win-win approach. This is collaboration, teamwork, celebration, if not baby shower, quite literally. Baby shower, or just an event, a simple event that would bring together your family members, small circle. You will have that celebration, and I feel like that could be a result of your realization from those hurtful words, throwing out hurtful words, which is your present energy. You just need to rest. I feel like you just need to rest, because in the past there must be an instability, and if this is not depressive vibe, this is your anxiety kicking in, perhaps. But you have in the future that teamwork, collaboration, synergy, perhaps with your partner, or with your husband or wife. This is such a strong energy, and it may not do you good, and may not be for the highest good of all, because this is channeling, or it's like building a snowman out of anger, and it might not be helpful. Of course, you would hate me when I say that it would not be nice to see in Christmas, but let me put it this way. Again, this is the swords energy, and it is a double-edged one. The more you put your authentic self out there, well, the more you put your authentic truth without listening to other, or without that empathy towards towards where they're coming from, or considering their background, their belief system. If you don't consider that, you might end up hurting yourself in the process, because this is a loved one. I feel like this is a loved one you're dealing with. And let me get more advice from the universe. What does the universe wants you to know through this reading? You could also check out the link in the description box below for the continuation of this one, for more oracle guidance readings. I feel like you are working towards that win-win approach, and there is a blessing. manna from the heaven when you work with others and when you acknowledge um, your perceived weaknesses of them. And perhaps you could also channel or refocus, finding not the fault in their star in the stars, but finding, this could also be victim blaming or putting the blame, pointing fingers. But if you recognize their strength or focus on each person's strengths, then you could empower yourself towards working towards that common goal. One more message or advice from the universe. Okay, it's time to decide. Perhaps you have contemplated on this and you are thinking about what to do in this situation. Since you are very intellectual and intelligent, highly intelligent individual, you could be torn between two choices. So perhaps this is that final step. Perhaps you are invited to let go of the need to be right, to let go of that pride, to put those swords down, to put those analytical, clever, sharp tongue, sharp mind, to let go of those swords, to put it down, and even remove your blindfold from refusing to see the situation for what it is, or to understand the situation, or to stand on higher ground. You are on higher ground already. Perhaps you are the more mature person in this relationship, and you have the ability, you have that gift to be that leader, to understand people. Perhaps you're the boss in the company and be the boss, so you are invited to be the boss in your own household or in your own relationships, in your own self. Let go of the need to be right, let go of that pride. I strongly feel a pride, energies of pride and spite around this reading, around this spread. So perhaps this is the universe advice. Let go of that hurtful swords, let go of all those weapons. Perhaps your mind is your weapon. Let your guard down for a moment, and approach this situation as if you are the leader, as if you are the more mature individual. Own it, so that you could have this manna from the heaven and synergy celebration. This card in upright is celebration too, but you have it perhaps in the past and perhaps also in the current moment, that you can't have that stability, home life, home stability, and access to equal give and take. Perhaps that's how you perceive it, and the challenge is to make this upright. The energy of this card is so strong, and the promise of this card is so strong. It's celebration, stability, happiness, and your gentleness is the one you have. The gentleness of your soul is the one you have surrendered. Perhaps what the universe asks from you is that you surrender your weapon, your strong weapon, your swords that is so sharp that it hurts the people around you and even yourself, perhaps. So I guess I would have to leave it at that. Please take what resonates, and more readings in the description box below, more videos. Please subscribe for more videos and for you to get updated. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow. Bye.